Coming up, the search for a new pope begins.
And the lawsuit against Chef Chris Prawn comes to an end. Your News Valdosta starts now. Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Kirsten Choice.
And I'm Corey Anderson. And the news today, Pope Benedict XVI says he will step down at the end of the month.
Benedict took office in 2005 and his resignation is coming as a surprise. Benedict is 85 years old and says he simply is too old to serve as the head of the world's Roman Catholics. Recently, his medical staff advised him to not travel to the United States due to his physical condition. A college of cardinals will meet in the Sistine Chapel this month to elect a new pontiff. Benedict says he will retire to a life of prayer and will live in a monastery within the Vatican.
3 employees of Lowndes County Sheriff Chris Prawn's office have settled their workers' compensation suit. Some of the allegations were termination for a knee injury, a pregnancy, and political stance. Although Prawn never went in front of a jury, the case was litigated, with results being that as long as Prawn is the sheriff, the plaintiffs may not work for his office. The total worth of the settlement is nearly $600,000, though the sheriff is not obligated to pay a cent for the ruling.
2 Lake Park residents have been arrested for possession of almost 1 kilogram of cocaine and a handgun in their vehicle. 32-year-old Jimmy Tucker and 52-year-old Jimmy Davis were arrested in Hamilton County and have been accused of trafficking cocaine from Texas into South Georgia and North Florida. They are also charged with possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. The cocaine has a street value of $70,000.
The city of Los Angeles has offered a $1 million reward for the capture of former police officer Christopher Dorner. Dorner has killed 3 people in a supposed war against the Los Angeles Police Department. Dorner was fired in 2009 for filing a false complaint against his former training officer for excessive force used against him. Dorner says that the LAPD has mistreated him and this is the last resort to clear his name. Since Thursday, there have been no sightings of Dorner. It is believed that he has possibly crossed the U.S.-Mexico border and is now in Mexico.
The annual father-daughter dance in Valdosta is a consistent highlight for the families around Valentine's Day. I checked out the festivities from this past weekend. There is always a special bond between a father and his daughter. That bond is so strong that every year in February, First Presbyterian Church presents a father-daughter dance for the community. Jeff Stewart, the founder of the Father-Daughter Dance here in Valdosta, wanted to give back to his community as well as create special memories with his 2 daughters.
Well, in 1996, in the fall, I had 2 daughters. My wife and I had 2 daughters, and they were 2 and 6 years old. And it seemed like guys know what to do with boys and moms know what to do with girls, but sometimes crossing over, people are not sure what to do or events to go to. So I was reading an article in a magazine on Focus on the Family and had a little insert about a father-daughter dance in Pittsfield, Mass. I ordered some information, read it, said, we can do this, secure a building, get a DJ, ask some people to come, put some refreshments out. We did it and it took off. So that's what inspired us to start it in the beginning, 17 years ago.
The 17th annual Father-Daughter Valentine Dance was held on the 8th and 9th of February. Due to a massive amount of father and daughter couples, 2 sessions of the dance was provided each night. Girls were able to become princesses for this one special night, but in their father's eyes, they will always be a princess. With News Valdosta, I'm Kirsten Choice.
Coming up, local firefighters put together a calendar for a good cause.
And a look at your local weather forecast. Stay with us.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. A new building here on VSU campus has taken another step toward completion.
This time next year, the construction of VSU's new Health Science and Business Administration building is expected to be completed. Community members, officials from VSU and South Georgia Medical Center gathered for a topping off ceremony. The final steel beam was signed by the community before it was lifted and placed on top of the building. This $32 million building is expected to be open next year. The building will house 6 health science programs, including nursing and athletic training.
A change may be on the way for students who want to attend technical colleges in Georgia. Senate Democrats have sponsored bills and resolutions that will allow technical college students to receive the Hope Scholarship, but without a 3.0 GPA. Supporters say technical school students should only need a 2.0 GPA for the Hope Scholarship. These new bills will also allow the top 3% of the high school seniors to receive the full Hope Scholarship.
Valdosta's Fire Department held a fundraiser this past weekend to help restore an antique. News Valdosta's Benjamin Skinder has more on the event.
Outside the Walmart on Norman Drive, Valdosta's firefighters have set up a fundraiser. We talked with Sergeant Carolyn McMillan about what they were raising money for.
We decided we wanted to restore this 1927 America LaFrance ladder truck, and once it's restored, it'll be the only ladder truck, America LaFrance ladder truck, hook and ladder in service in the nation.
It is the only one in its condition that is privately owned or in a museum. They have been keeping it in an empty building that used to be a water treatment plant and speculate that it will take about 2 years to complete.
So we came up with this calendar idea and got it approved. And we decided to keep the shirts on, put the firefighters in poses that we do every day and action poses. So they're $10. We're not sure how much we're going to need. I mean, it'll take a lot. This is a 2-year project. We will probably, depending on how well this does, we will probably do this every year.
Firefighters sold and autographed 2013 Hot Hero calendars for $10 each. Some of Valdosta's firemen actually modeled for the calendar. Here's what Mr. September had to say.
It feels pretty good. It shows that we can give back to the community. Everyone can help out and help give up towards our 1927 ladder truck.
The firefighters of our community are working hard to rebuild one of our county's historical treasures. With News Valdosta, I'm Ben Skender.
Taking a look at your local weather. Expect a high of 82 degrees today with a 30% chance of rain. Tonight's low is 57 degrees with showers late into the night. Tomorrow's high will only be 63 degrees with morning showers.
Coming up, a VSU baseball pitcher tosses a perfect game.
And an exciting night is coming up at the VSU Planetarium. Stay with us.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities. To ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate.
Volunteer. Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
Valdosta State University.
Quality academics.
On campus and online.
Caring faculty mentors.
A beautiful campus.
Opportunities for involvement, leadership, and service.
Championship athletics, spirit and pride.
Discover your opportunities. Schedule your visit today.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. I'm Kirsten Choice.
And I'm Corey Anderson. New studies show that for the first time in centuries, China has become the world's largest trading nation. China's economy surpassed all other countries by $50 billion in sum of imports and exports of goods. Economists say that China's influence on the world trade market may have negative effects on the market itself. As more European nations become dependent on China's trade, less exchange is made with other countries, meaning more profit for China.
A Monroe, Georgia family got a rude surprise during their mother's birthday. Diane Ford was supposed to receive a $500 iPad that her family bought at Target. When Ford opened the shrink-wrapped box, she found that it was full of paper, a whole rim of clean white paper. According to Target representatives, a new scam involved thieves purchasing iPads, then taking the computers out and putting them other items into the way at the same amount. The thieves then returned the box, which is sometimes put back into the system without being checked. Target has refunded the Fords money and even given them an apology gift, but the family is still left with a sour birthday memory.
On Saturday night, Nick Fogarty, a Valdosta State pitcher, threw the second perfect game in VSU's 58-year game history. Fogarty joins Leroy Purdy, the first VSU player to pitch a perfect game in 1970 against Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. This Saturday, the team won 12-0 against the Payne Lions. Their next game is Wednesday against Georgia Southwestern.
On this day in 1990, activist and former South African President Nelson Mandela was freed from prison after serving 27 years. Mandela was arrested for rebelling against the government's strict segregation laws known as apartheid. He was elected as the first black president of South Africa and served from 1994 through 1999. Mandela has received many awards for his contributions to equality across the globe, including the Nobel Peace Prize.
This Friday, the VSU Planetarium will open its fourth show of the school year entitled 1913, A Procession of Meteors. VSU Professor Martha Leake will lecture on a rare phenomenon from 1913 where night observers witnessed a line of meteors moving across the sky in procession. Following the lecture, Leake will present what's in the February sky, including Jupiter, the stars of the Winter Loop, and the Big Dipper. Planetarium shows are at 7, 8, and 9 p.m. and are free to the public at the Nevins Hall Planetarium Room.
Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Kirsten Choice.
And I'm Corey Anderson. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.